A rarity is anything rare. It's about being different, uncommon, a deviation of the norm. That's me, Gillian Ford. A rarity in the two worlds I try to call home. You probably don't want to know me. Hell, I can't stand myself half the time. They say everyone has a story to tell, so shouldn't we all listen? My tale is about power, love, terror, and redemption. Welcome to my world, if you dare.
Hungry.
You've got to fight the urge.
Did we have to move again?
We told you, Gillian.
We must go, the neighbours are suspicious. We've moved 7 times in 1 year.
I need to drink.
How long have you been suffering from insomnia?
Excuse me?
I saw you watching me.
I didn't mean to intrude.
You must be our new neighbour. I'm Levi.
Since we're neighbours, maybe we should get to know each other better. Past this bar last night.
I don't drink.
I do.
Great. I'll be at your house by 9.
Definitely.
You go to bed at 10?
Not tonight, Hayden. We can never go there again.
It was a crappy joint.
I never had so much fun. When can we do it again?
Anytime.
Levi?
gotta go.
Dad!
She needs 2 hands. She'll return in the morning.
You look worse than me.
Last night, I saw something disturbing.
Come on, it was just a kiss.
There's a woman next door. A woman who acts like a beast.
You're wrong.
Jillian's bad for you.
There's this party tonight. I'm going with Jillian. I think you should come. I'll give you a chance to get to know her better. You never know, you might even have fun.
Fine, but only so I can keep an eye on you.
Yes, Mom.
Hi, guys. Hey, Jillian. I love your outfit. Thank you. But you forgot the fishnets.
Be nice.
I'm here to save you from trouble.
Wasting your time.
Jay.
Jillian? Lisa, the 2 a.m. convenience store girl. Hey.
Hey.
Go fetch us another beer, will ya?
A convenience store at 2 in the morning? Who does that?
Apparently Jay does.
She's alive for the party.
I'm sure you have just as much to offer.
Stop, Jay. You're not thinking straight.
You know what your problem is?
What?
You need to think less and do more.
You're off brakes!
Let's get out of here.
What's the matter?
I think we should get back to Hayden.
She's a big girl. She can take care of herself. We're so alone here. Don't ruin the moment. What now?
I heard something.
The wind?
Strange. And
Awesome party, Lisa.
Jay? Jay still here?
hey, Hayden.
Hi.
What's your problem?
Jillian's poison to you.
I'll be the judge of that.
You know yourself. Since when do you around hitting people?
It was one jerk. He deserved what he got.
Just wrapped around a finger.
Breaking news. We're at the scene where a recent attack occurred. In the early hours of this morning, a man returning from a night shift was bitten on the neck by an unidentified creature. The man suffered trauma and significant amounts of blood loss, but is expected to recover.
What's going
His
on
attacker,
here?
though, is still on the loose.
Some psycho thinks he's a vampire.
Ready to take viewers'
It's
calls
more than
and
some random
questions.
attack. Really strange things been happening since the Fords moved in.
Not this again.
We're back with some disturbing news. A similar attack that occurred just last night has also been reported. 2 teenagers were bitten and drained of blood at Death Drop, a popular hangout spot.
That could have easily been us.
It can't be a coincidence. Jillian took us to Death Drop. She knew what was going to happen. Maybe she did it?
She wouldn't.
The Fords are responsible for these attacks. I know they are. Please, Levi, stay away from Jillian.
How did you get in? What happened?
No. You're suddenly ignoring my calls. And now that look you're giving me says everything.
There have been too many attacks. Too many people drained of blood. And it all started when your family moved in. What the hell are you?
A vampire.
Then do it. Drain me.
I never hurt you. My mum's a vampire. But my dad's a human. Or he was. Until they fell in love and Mum turned him.
So you're a half-blood?
I was born in Panvere, the world of vampires. But my family fled to Earth to escape the rebel virus that usurped the traditionalists.
Vampires can choose between 2 worlds?
Vampires have been doing it forever, but they won't allow it anymore. They come to Earth in the form of a red fog, looking for half-bloods.
Why? Wait. I don't want to know. We shouldn't even be talking. Please just leave.
Levi, it's me.
Your kind killed.
We have an innate thirst for blood, that much is true. But every vampire has a choice. I don't kill. And my parents are trying so hard to fight their instincts. I've seen the red fog. I'm so scared.
Get away from my brother! Are you okay?
No. I need to speak to her.
If you leave, you're just as bad as the Fords.
There's no place to call home. I don't belong here or there. I'm a freak of both natures. Forever doomed to walk alone. It's my fault though. If I could only be smarter, prettier, more perfect, then maybe Levi would love me. The world would be blessed to see me dead.
If you went over, I'd follow you down.
Why are you here?
Maybe it's because I care.
You don't act like it anymore.
Doesn't everyone have the right to make mistakes?
If you're mocking me.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there when you needed me most.
may say that now, but when you see the real me...
I already have. I pushed you away because I listened to someone who spoke words of fear. I should have listened to my heart.
And what does your heart say?
I'll protect you always, Julian.
Heather Beck, actually, she sent me an email around the 30th of the 11th, 2008, and with a question, and I opened it up and it said, would you be interested in reading the script called The Rarity? So I said, yeah. It's brilliant. I love it, you know, vampires. It's like a cross between Supernatural and Twilight, I feel. Heather wrote something that everybody could relate to, like Gillian's a half-breed, you know, part human, part vampire. Her father was human until her mother turned him. She's got to learn to live with herself, and she's got to learn to live with the changes because she's moving from somewhere else to another place. So there's so many different factors in this film. It's not just a vampire film, it's a family film, it's a teenage angst, a love story, it's horror, it's just life.
So can you hear me?
Well, about a year and a half ago, I got a call from my agent asking that Brian had sent a request if I would like to audition. He saw my profile online, so I asked him if I could read the script. It was fantastic, so then I went to Brisbane and auditioned. And then about a week later, I got the call saying I've got the part of Gillian. Well, my character Gillian, she's got various mixed emotions. She's a very strong character, quite sexy and mysterious. She likes to be in control most of the time, however, sometimes she isn't in control, and I don't think, you know, she doesn't like when she's not in control.
Well, I found out about the Rarity through my agent, which is Gilchrist Castings, and yeah, I just got an email from them saying there was an audition. By the time I got into the audition, the nerves coupled with the coffee, I was just, you know, shaking like a leaf, and but I managed to calm myself down and do the audition, which ended up being quite good. Levi's personality is a lot like mine in a lot of different ways. He's really independent, and he cares about his family a lot. Yeah, he was a lot like me in a lot of ways. So yeah, I found it really easy to play Levi, which is really, really good.
I was sent an email by Brian and Heather asking me to come audition for the character of Hayden. I was really nervous because I've never done any acting or training or anything like it, so I was kind of shocked as well to be sent an email in the first place. It was a bit of a surprise. Hayden is, she's a 16-year-old girl, and she's very conservative and independent and confident, but in a different way to Gillian's confidence. She's much more sure of her opinions, and she likes to be right and in control and have a very structured manner about her, and she kind of takes a very maternal role in her approach to her brother and things in general.
Brian Vaughan is someone I worked with before as an actor, as a matter of fact, and he had someone bailing out of the movie and playing the role of Michael, and he asked me if I wanted to take over, which I say yes, of course. Well, Michael was human before he was turned into a vampire. His wife is a vampire, and his daughter is a vampire, so he's got to fight and cope with the urges, the thirst urges that his wife has, which is probably not the easiest thing to do, and also has to deal with the hiding of it all. He loves his wife and he loves his daughter, and that's why he's here for them and tries to live life as normally as possible for the sake of the family, I guess.
Well, I got an email at first from Brian, and asking me if I was interested in being involved in a movie, and I rang him up from that email and said, "Oh, send me the material. I'd like to have a look at it." Horror is a passionate area of mine, so I was intrigued by what I read, and I fell in love with the script, and I thought, yeah, I have to do this. It was just something that I've always wanted to do. Eleanor is a bit animalistic, trying to contain herself and live in a world where the norm is expected, but she's finding it hard to do that, and it's almost like the wild person inside somebody else, covering herself with what she's supposed to be and how people expect her to behave, but she's got a wild nature about her, and finds it hard to keep that in control.
When I was in Toronto at the beginning of the year, I was in a library one day and I swear I saw Heather Beck's name on the shelves because she writes novels as well. It's just funny, the next day I get an email from a woman named Heather Beck asking me to do an audition for the role of Jay in the Rarity. So, funny coincidence there. And when I got back to Australia, met up with Brian, the director, and did an audition. A couple of days later, I get a call back saying I got the role of Jay. Jay is a character no one likes. He's very sly. He thinks he's God's gift to women. He loves partying, and all he thinks about is partying and women. But if he doesn't get what he wants, he becomes very aggressive, especially when he gets rejected by Gillian in the film.
I joined Star Now, and through that Brian contacted me telling me about a role of Lisa, and I called him when I got the email, and then we set up an meeting, and he made me read lines, and then I got the role of Lisa. Lisa was very puppy dog like. She always followed Jay around everywhere. She was madly in love with Jay. Yeah, she's very jealous of Gillian because Gillian kisses Jay.
I'm used to doing things by myself. Every time I went to touch something, they go, "You can't do this, you're God," and it's just nice to have people caring for you, like the camera crew were awesome. I had it in my mind what I wanted to do, but I find it hard to tell people what I want to do. I'm thinking all the time while I was doing it, and I haven't done any directing for 10 years. But everything I wanted, I told Scott Kimber, my DOP, I want this, I want that, and I got every single thing I needed.
Our crew was amazing. They were from all over Brisbane and the Gold Coast. DOP was Scott Kimber, who's worked on a few feature films. He was just great with direction. He knew exactly what to film and shoot.
Scott Kimber, the DOP, is brilliant. I watch him figure out his next move. He goes, right, camera assistant's there, and I want the iris to be this, and his camera assistant would run over, set up, and then afterwards, when you look at the footage, it turns out to be like really, really good. Like, best thing I've ever seen, and it's ravishing.
Film crew were, to my standards, the film crew was absolutely fantastic. They were basically self-managing themselves. The DOP is extraordinary, and all the guys that were working with him, along him, knew what they were doing.
Great attitude, and they were all really devoted to their work, and it was, even at early hours in the morning, they were all really chirpy and really happy, and they were always telling jokes. And I mean, everyone working the camera to the grip guys, the hair and makeup, they were all really like good friends, and they were really easy to work with.
The crew were really fun and great to work with, and they were very understanding that I had no acting experience, so they were very helpful when I needed help. And yeah, they were just very fun people to work with. And
the crew were amazing. The crew were phenomenal. I think, you know, each one brought their talent, and they did it with everything. They did it to their capacity. They put their whole heart into it, and it really shows. You know, it shows on camera, and it made us all feel so comfortable. And everyone did their bit. You know, everybody came in, and we all worked together as a team. The crew were amazing. We couldn't have asked for a better team.
It was great working with Brian. He's fantastic at what he does. He has a set vision, especially for Rarity, obviously collaborating with Heather, finding out what exactly she wants him to film.
Brian's really good to work with. He trusts his actors a lot, and he's very easy to work with, and he's easygoing, and he always has a joke for every aspect of life. He's always making jokes, which was quite pleasant. You always feel comfortable around Brian. But yeah, I mean, so far he's probably the best film director I've had.
Brian was great to work with. He's a very lovely and kind person, and it was great for my first time acting to be under someone that was quite understanding of that, and he provided a lot of assistance, and he was also very generous in letting me put my own ideas in where I felt that my character should be playing in a certain way, and it was a great experience that he's let me have, so very happy.
Working with Brian was really cool. He's very clear on what he wants out of his actors.
Brian was very nice and easygoing and funny. It was good.
Working with Brian was, I think it was a new experience to me. Usually I work with directors, they're pretty full on, and you know, they go there to do a job. They don't really care about you as the actor, or a lot of times they just want the job done, and they don't care what they have to do it. Brian actually nurtured us, and he allowed us to express our own artistic field and be comfortable in the characters, and to be able to input on what we saw for our characters.
Brian's strength was to pick a cast that he really liked, and whom he knew well in terms of acting ability, and therefore he didn't have to direct too much the acting, but let people be and eventually readjust to what he was expecting in terms of shots. But that said, he really got us free to do what we do best as actors. He knows what we're capable of, and that's why he picked us.
I think this film has a little bit of something for everyone. It's got a bit of romance, bit of horror, touch of comedy. It's kind of cross between Twilight, supernatural feel of it, and the whole vampire phenomenon these days people are so in love with. So I think it's a film that is a step above all the other vampire films, vampire shows that have been done. It's along the same lines, but it's very different. So I think it's got something for everyone that people can relate to. It's got a great story, great cast, so I think it'll be a huge hit.
A rarity is anything rare, different, uncommon. That's me. A rarity in the two worlds I try to call home. You probably don't want to know me. Hell, I can't stand myself half the time.
Really strange things have been happening since the Fords moved in.
You must be our new neighbour. I'm Levi.
Since we're neighbours, maybe we should get to know each other better. What now?
I heard something.
The wind?
Jillian's bad for you.
Stop, Jay, you're not thinking straight.
Levi?
You're all right!
I'm here to save you from trouble.
Wasting your time.
If we have to move again,
We told you, Jillian.
we must go. The neighbours are suspicious. We've moved 7 times in 1 year.
There have been too many people drained of blood. It all started when your family moved in. What the hell are you?
Welcome to my world.
Ah!